Good morning. Today we will complete lesson 2, unit 1, matter construction. Last session we talked about what is the matter, what the matter consists of what. We talked about the building unit of matter is called the molecule, and the molecule, it is the smallest part of matter which can exist freely, and it has the properties of matter. And we talked about the building unit of the body of living organisms is called cell. Uh, and we talked about matter in any state, solid, liquid, and gases is composed of small building unit called molecule. And the molecule of the matter has the molecules of the matter have three properties. Number one, the molecules of matter are in a state of continuous motion. Number two, there are intermolecular spaces among the molecules of matter. And number three, there are attraction forces among the molecules of matter. And we talked about each property of these properties of the molecule. And we talked about some activities that approve these properties of the molecule. After that, we talked about we made the comparison between the three states of matter, solid, liquid, and gases according to the intermolecular spaces, the motions, the intermolecular forces, volume, and their shape. Today we will talk about the relation between the temperature of matter and its physical state. What is the relation between the temperature and the physical state? Number one, we will talk about the solid substance. On heating, when you heat the solid substance, when you heat mean this solid substance gains thermal energy. So on heating the solid substance, these solid substances that formed from molecules, these solid molecules will gain thermal energy. After this, the speed of these molecules will increase, and when the speed increase, the intermolecular forces decrease or weaken at the melting point. So when the solid substance gains thermal energy, the speed will increase and the intermolecular forces will weaken at the melting point. When the intermolecular force is weak, the intermolecular spaces between molecules will increase and the molecules will become more freely. So it changes from solid state to the liquid state at melting point. I said this is the molecule of solid substance. This is the molecules of solid substance. When we heat, the molecules of of these molecules of solid substance, it gains thermal energy. So its speed will increase. The speed will increase. When the speed increase, the intermolecular forces between these molecules will weaken. The intermolecular forces will weaken, so it will far from together. These molecules far from together. So when the intermolecular forces weaken, the intermolecular spaces will increase. When the intermolecular spaces will increase, they become more freely. They become more freely these properties of liquid. So solid substances when gain thermal energy at the melting point, it change to liquid molecules. How? By increase the speed and the intermolecular forces weaken, so intermolecular spaces increase and they become liquid molecules. This is called at the melting point, and this is called the melting process. What is the melting process? It is the change of matter from solid state to the liquid state by heating at melting point. So this is the solid substance. The intermolecular forces strong, and the intermolecular spaces tiny spaces. When they gain thermal energy, the speed will increase, and the intermolecular forces will weaken, and the intermolecular spaces will increase. So it will change to liquid state by heating. Let's apply the relation between the temperature of matter and its physical state on liquid substance. On liquid substance, when the liquid molecules gain thermal energy, what will happen? Number one, its speed will increase. Number one, the speed will increase, and at the point called boiling point, the molecules overcome the intermolecular forces. Number two, the intermolecular forces will weaken. Number three, the intermolecular species will increase, and they will escape. But they will escape, they become more freely. So number four, so it will change from liquid molecules to gas with to gas molecules. It is called vaporization. So what is the meaning of vaporization process? It is the change of matter from liquid substance to gaseous substance by heating at point called the boiling point. Gaseous state. This is the molecules of liquid state. When this liquid state gain thermal energy, the speed will increase. After this, the intermolecular forces will weaken. After this, the intermolecular spaces will increase and become these properties of gaseous state. So it change from liquid state to gaseous state by heating at boiling point. This is called the vaporization process, and this is called the relation between the temperature of matter and its physical state. We saw what is the relation between the temperature of matter and its physical state. Number one, gain thermal energy, the speed increase, intermolecular forces will decrease, intermolecular spaces increase, and will change from one state to other states. This is diagram shows a change of matter, or example water by changing its temperature. Number one, solid state. When solid state gain heat, it is called the melting process. It changes from solid state to the liquid state. After this, liquid state gain heat or gain thermal energy, it changes to gaseous state. This is called the vaporization process by heating. So by heating, there are two processes, melting process and vaporization process. Melting process changes from solid state to the liquid state. Vaporization changes from the liquid state to gaseous state by heating or gain thermal energy. But by cooling, gaseous state change into liquid state. It is by cooling. It is called the condensation process, and the liquid state it change to solid state by cooling. It is called freezing process. Cooling may mean losses thermal energy. Losses thermal energy. So by cooling, there are two process: condensation process and the freezing process. This is by the states. So example for solid state is ice, liquid state is water, gaseous state is water vapor. Mhm. So this is the diagram that shows the change of matter according to the temperature from solid to the liquid by heating. It is called melting process. From liquid to gaseous state by heating, it is called the vaporization process. From gaseous state to the liquid state by cooling, it is called the condensation process. And from liquid state to solid state by cooling, it is called the freezing process. Cooling may mean losses thermal energy, heating mean gains thermal energy. Uh, 0 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius, it is the melting point. 0 degrees Celsius, it is the melting point. At melting point is a solid state change to liquid state. 100 degrees Celsius, it is called boiling point. So what is the boiling point of water? 100 degrees Celsius. At boiling point or at 100 degrees Celsius, the water change into water vapor. Okay, so at 0 degrees Celsius, this is the melting point of ice. The ice change into water. At 100 degrees Celsius, the boiling point means the water change into water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. So this is the melting point of ice. 0 degrees Celsius melting point of ice and 100 degrees Celsius boiling point of water. So the melting from this diagram, we can conclude that the melting process reverses the freezing process. The melting process reverses the freezing process. The vaporization process reverses the condensation process. The vaporization process reverses the condensation process. I mean, solid state from solid to the liquid, it is melting. From liquid to the solid, it is freezing. So they are against together. From liquid to gaseous, it is called vaporization. From gaseous to liquid, it is called condensation. So the vaporization against the condensation. The vaporization reverses condensation. Let's answer these questions. The melting process reverses the melting process reverses the melting process reverses yes, freezing process.
ساكن بس. هو فين الأسئلة؟
This is the question. The melting process reverses the freezing process. Number 2, on heating a liquid substance, what will happen? Liquid substance, when I heating liquid substance, when I heating, the vaporization process takes place. So this is the question on this diagram. The melting process reverses the freezing process. Okay, if I ask you the condensation process reverses what process?
The condensation process.
Condensation process reverses what?
Heating.
No, condensation process reverses I want process. Condensation process reverses vaporization process.
Vaporization process.
Yes, freezing process reverses melting process. Okay.
Okay.
This is the diagram. Let's go to this point is very important in this lesson. Okay, matter and molecules. I said before the matter consists of the building unit of matter is what is the building unit of matter? Who can tell me what is the building unit of matter? The building unit of matter is molecule. The building unit of matter is molecule. If you have one drop of matter composed of millions of very tiny water molecules. One drop of matter composed of very tiny water molecules, millions of very tiny water molecules, but one drop of water, I can't see these molecules by my eye or by my microscope, but one drop consists of millions of molecules. Okay, after this, these molecules, the molecules of one substance are alike, but molecules of one substance are alike, but molecules of different substance are different. What is the meaning of that? I mean this is a water, okay? And we have another matter. It is oil. One molecule of water is like one molecule of water. One molecule of water like one molecule of water, but one molecule of water is different from one molecule of oil, okay? So the molecules of one substance, water, are alike, but the molecules of different substance are different, okay? After this, the molecules consist of atoms. The molecule consists of atoms. So the substance or matter consists of molecules. The molecules consist from atoms. We will talk about the kinds of molecules. We have two types of molecule. We have two types of molecule: element molecule and compound molecule. In general, the element molecule. In general, the element molecule similar atoms. The compound molecule different atoms. If I called iron, it composed of similar atoms, so it is element. Gold, I mean one substance, so it is element. But when I called sodium chloride, it consists of two elements, so it is compound. Okay, so in general, when you when you want to differentiate between element molecule and compound molecule, element molecule consists of similar atom, one substance only, but compound molecule consists of from different atom. Let's start with the element molecule. The element molecule is formed of similar atom. What is the meaning of similar atom? One or more atoms that combine together. One or more atoms that combine together, but similar atom. One atom iron, two atoms from iron, three atoms from iron that combine together. So it is called the element molecule. Another definition from the element is it is the simplest pure form of matter which can't be analyzed chemically into simpler form by simpler chemical methods. So the element, it is the simplest pure form. Why it is the simple? Because it is consists from similar atom. After this, the element molecule formed from, we have two types of element molecule. Only one atom. If this element molecule consists of one atom, it is called monoatomic. If this element consists from two atoms, it is called diatomic molecule. Okay, so monoatomic molecule consists of from one. Mono, the word mono mean one, di mean two. Okay. The element molecules that consist from one atom or monoatomic atom called in the liquid example from it, the liquid is mercury. So the only monoatomic liquid molecule is mercury. So the mercury, it is the liquid that consists from one atom. So it is the only monoatomic liquid molecule. It is the mercury. Monoatomic gases, molecule of gases, monoatomics, these gases consist of from one atom only: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. So because they form from one atom, so it's called noble gases or inert gases. So in monoatomic molecule, we have two types of monoatomic molecule: liquid and gases. Liquid, only liquid that is formed from one atom element, it is called mercury. But noble gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon, they are monoatomic gases molecules. Okay, monoatomic mean consist of from one atom. Element molecule formed from two atoms or diatomic. What is the meaning of diatomic molecule? This molecule consists of from two atoms. The liquid that consists of from two atoms, it is called bromine. It is called bromine. So the liquid, the only diatomic liquid molecule, it is bromine. Mercury, it is the liquid monoatomic. So we have two liquids, okay? Two liquid elements. Liquid consists of one atom, mercury. liquid consists of from two atoms or diatomic, it is bromine. So if you after not in this lesson, but after when you want to write mercury, you will write Hg, the symbol of mercury, okay? Only Hg only. But you when you want to write bromine, you will write bromine. The symbol of bromine is Br, so you will write Br2. Why Br2? Because it is diatomic molecule, but Hg it is consists from one atom, so it write Hg. Okay, so the element molecule, if it is liquid, there are monoatomic liquid, it's called mercury. To diatomic liquid, it is called bromine. Gases, because these gases, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine, and fluorine, it is called active gases. They are active gases because it consists from two atoms, diatomic molecule. So the molecule of active gases are diatomic, but the molecules of noble gases are monoatomic. Why? If I want to write helium, this is helium, it consists from one atom. So I will write helium, one atom of helium. But if I wanted to write oxygen, oxygen consists from diatomic molecule. So oxygen atom with oxygen atom give oxygen molecule. So the oxygen molecule consists from two atoms of oxygen, but helium molecule consists from one helium atom. Why? Because helium is in noble gases or inert gases consist from one atom, but oxygen active gases consist from two atoms, diatomic molecule. So this is oxygen atom with oxygen atom give oxygen molecule. Why? Why I write this oxygen molecule by this form? Because oxygen molecule diatomic molecule mean consists from two atoms. So oxygen molecule diatomic molecule, but but neon or helium molecule, when I draw helium molecule, I will draw it like this. Why? Because it is monoatomic molecule. This is diatomic molecule and this is monoatomic molecule. Mercury is a liquid element which is composed from one atom, but bromine is a liquid element which is composed from two atoms. So if I draw if I will draw mercury and bromine. Uh, if I draw this and I draw this is one and this is two. Which one is mercury? One or two? Which one is mercury? One or two? The mercury is this. This is the mercury. Why? Because the mercury consists from one atom, so this is the mercury. But bromine, this is bromine. Why? Because the bromine consists from two atoms, so this is the bromine. This is the element molecule. So what is the element molecule? It is the simplest pure form of matter which can be analyzed chemically into simple form by simple chemical method. The element molecule consists from similar atoms. Similar atom, I mean, if it is iron, it is iron only. If it is sodium, it is sodium only. If it is bromine, it is bromine only. This is means elements. The element molecule consists from two or divided into two types. Monoatomic molecule consists from one atom. Diatomic molecule consists from two atoms. Monoatomic molecule like liquid, it is mercury, noble gases or inert gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. They are monoatomic molecules. Diatomic molecule, liquid diatomic molecule is bromine. Active gases, diatomic gases molecules like oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, fluorine. If I draw if I draw this, this is monoatomic molecule. If I draw like this, it is diatomic molecule. Okay. After this, we will talk about the compound molecule. When you differentiate, we wanted to differentiate between element molecule and the compound molecule. Element molecule, similar atom, but the compound molecule is different atoms that combine together. Different atoms that combine together. How? If the oxygen only, it is element. But when you put oxygen with hydrogen, it becomes compound molecule. Okay. So the compound molecule is formed from different atoms that combine together. What is the compound? It is the substance which is formed from combination of atoms of two or more different elements with constant weight ratio. So similar atom element, different atoms, it is compound. Compound consists of from different elements. Hydrogen with oxygen, this is compound. Chlorine with hydrogen, this is compound. Why? Because it is consists of from different atoms. We want to study some examples of compounds. This is a compound. Number one, hydrogen chloride molecule. Hydrogen chloride molecule. Why I say this? This is the example of compound, not element. Hydrogen chloride. Because the element consists of from similar atoms, but this is hydrogen with chloride. Two elements, two different elements. So it is compound. So the compound consists of from different atoms. So when I say hydrogen chloride molecule, it is compound molecule. But when I say hydrogen only, it is element. Hydrogen with chloride, it is compound. Okay. Hydrogen chloride molecule. It consists of from two atoms, one atom from hydrogen and one atom from chloride. It consists of from two atoms from two different elements. Yes, hydrogen atom and chlorine atom. When they combine together, they give hydrogen chloride molecule. It consists of from two atoms from two different elements. This is compound molecule. If I draw this draw, it is hydrogen. It is hydrogen chloride. Why? Because the hydrogen chloride consists of from two atoms. This atom from hydrogen and this atom from chloride from two different elements. Another example, water molecule. Water molecule consists from two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. This is the water. Water consists from two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. So it consists from one, two, three, three atoms. It consists from three atoms. Why? Two from hydrogen and one from oxygen. So they are three of two different elements. Why two different elements? Because we have oxygen only and the hydrogen. This is the element. But how many atoms? Two from atoms, two from hydrogen and one from oxygen. So they are three atoms. So the water consists from three atoms from two different elements. What these are elements? Oxygen and the hydrogen. But the atoms calculate all number of atoms. But elements, what are the elements? elements in the water? Hydrogen only and oxygen only, two elements. But the atoms, all atoms, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, so they are three atoms from two different elements. So when you see this draw, this is the water. Why? Because it consists from three atoms of two different elements, but this consists from two atoms from two different elements. Ammonia molecule. Ammonia molecule consists from three hydrogen atoms and one nitrogen atom. This is the construction of the ammonia. Ammonia consists from three hydrogen atom and one nitrogen atom. So it consists from four atoms. Why? Because it's three from hydrogen and one from nitrogen, so they are four atoms. So if you want to calculate the atoms, calculate all atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, they are four atoms. But if you want to calculate elements, yes, they are two elements only, nitrogen element and the hydrogen element. Okay, so ammonia molecule consists from four atoms of two different elements. Four atoms of two different elements. So if you see this is row, this is the ammonia. Okay. If you see this is the hydrogen chloride. Why? Because it consists from two atoms of two different elements. This is the water. Why? Because it consists from three atoms of two different elements. It is called ammonia. Why? Because it consists from four atoms of two different elements. The properties of molecules of substance are different from each other. Why? What is it? This molecule differ from this molecule, differ from this molecule. Why? Because these molecules differ in some things. Number one, differ in number of atoms. This 2, 3, 4. Number two, differ from kind of atom. This is chlorine with hydrogen, but this is oxygen with hydrogen. This is nitrogen with hydrogen. So they differ in kind of atom and differ in the way of combination. Why? Yeah, what's the meaning? The shape of this molecule differ from the shape of this, differ from the shape of this. So this is called way of combination. Okay. So the molecules the molecules differ from each other, in number of atoms, kind of atom, and way of combination. Way of combination means the shape. It's the shape differ. At the end of this lesson, we will make a comparison between element and the compound. Element is the simplest pure form of matter that can't be analyzed into simple form by simple chemical method. It is the simple pure form of matter. But compound, it is the substance which is formed from the combination of atoms of two or more different elements with constant H ratio. Okay, this is the element and this is compound. Element, their atoms are similar but compound different. Example in elements hydrogen, oxygen, aluminum, silver, gold, iron, but compound water, hydrogen chloride, carbon dioxide, and ammonia. Carbon dioxide and ammonia. Carbon dioxide consists from carbon with oxygen. So one carbon atom and the two oxygen atoms, so it is compound. So compound formed from different elements or different atoms from different elements. This is the comparison from elements and compound. Definition: atoms similar and but compound different. And example. This is the end of this lesson. And thanks.